Pat, let's talk about a bright spot. Too much criticism going around, my goodness, concerning this team. And we'll get to maybe some narratives after we talk TreVeyon Henderson, because the offensive line is always going to be a huge factor in somebody having a historic day. So on one hand, he's running through gaping holes. On the other hand, he's juking guys in the secondary. He's breaking tackles. He's turning 12-yard runs into 50-yard runs and 5-yard runs into 15-yard runs. It was just tremendous from a back that we and Ohio State fans anticipated wanting to see, but thinking 8 to 10 carries early in the season, and maybe he'll be the main guy by the end of the line. But here he is in game 3, and he's a star.
It was a great performance from TreVeyon Henderson. Broke Archie Griffin's freshman single game rushing record, which has stood since 1972, and did it on a 54-yard run. You saw the explosive playmaking ability that this kid has. And you mentioned the offensive line. They did a very good job run blocking, which was an issue a week ago against Oregon. I do think some of that had to do with what I talked about earlier with Tulsa's defense and dropping. But, when he got into the second level, Henderson I'm talking about, you could see that he knows what to do. Obviously had some good blockers downfield, but that speed, that ability to make guys miss, that's something that the rest of the Ohio State running backs don't have. It was interesting. We finally saw Master Teague again, who we didn't see since the first half of the opening game. He got some run, but Mayan Williams disappeared this week. And Ryan Day said after the game, Mayan Williams was healthy, but that TreVeyon got rolling. So it'll be interesting to see. This was TreVeyon Henderson's first start of his college career. It'll be interesting to see if that continues and kind of how the other running backs carries break down. But yeah, TreVeyon Henderson showed he's the best running back on this team, I think. And there's still things he needs to improve on. I think he can get a little bit better in the pass blocking, though I have been impressed with him as a true freshman doing that. I think he can still do better with those short yardage situations, though we did see him score at the goal line. Ryan Day said after the game, turning 3-4 into 5-6, and some of those where he's not always looking for the home run and just getting what you need in certain situations. But that comes with time. Right now he's a young player who wants to score touchdowns, and he had 3 of them on Saturday, 2 of them of 40 or more yards. And again, you can just see what made him the number 1 back in the country last year and why he's so explosive. And Ohio State needs that right now. This offense has not been balanced yet. I think if you can get Stroud settled down, especially early, and you have a guy like TreVeyon Henderson, you mix in some of the other running backs. Now once Ohio State's offense starts to get a bit more balanced, I think you're going to see some big things out of them.
TreVeyon Henderson, as Pat mentions, breaks Archie Griffin's record from something like 1972. He was one of the first classes that was able to, as a freshman, actually participate in varsity games against North Carolina. And then he moves past Keith Byers, who had that famous lost the shoe against Illinois down 24-0, ran for 274 against the Illini at the shoe. And Henderson runs for 277. So it's only Trey Sermon and Eddie George on the single game rushing list ahead of TreVeyon Henderson in only his 3rd game.
Not bad company.
not bad company above and below at this point in the single game rushing record. Ohio State legends.